Oh, what is good, everyone? And today we have a very special guest, my boy John, all the way from Ireland, which you'll get into soon. But you might be wondering, why is someone from Australia, someone from Ireland, on this call right now, about to discuss a very roller coaster of a journey for you, John. Explaining how you've gone from construction, how I've gone from construction, and how we've sort of end up crossing paths and work together to get you there. Definitely, but for you guys watching this, if this isn't just living proof that anyone can do this, I still look at myself in the position I'm in, making $30,000 a month as the most average person. Like I know I'm not special. John, with your wins, which we'll get into later, I know you can definitely say the same. Just
Yeah.
it's just crazy what is possible. But we'll get into all that soon. But John, tell me a bit about yourself, who you are, how old are you, and everything that we need to know about you, John.
So my name's John. I'm Irish. I'm 27 years of age. I worked in construction kind of for the last 10 years. I worked with cranes. That was the most recent job I had for about 3 years. I ran my own crews. I learned a lot, but I quickly realized I want to make change. I want to get out of that shit. You know what I mean? That's kind of what happened. And once I kind of had that realization, man, it was what can I do to change?
Yeah, yeah. And what was it for you, bro? Like, why did you feel like you wanted to make that change? Like, I know a lot of the people watching this will be, in similar positions to what we were,
Mm.
probably with similar reasons to get out. But for you, what was it about construction, that really made you actually want to make that change initially to start even looking into something different?
It's just the old lads, man, like the older guys. Like they're always saying, "Oh, get a trade, but get out. Don't stay in construction." And I was like, "Why?" And then you see these guys struggling. They have two or three kids, and they've got €100 or $100 left. To literally feed themselves for a week. And you're just looking and you're saying, "Is that what I want for my life, for my future kids?" Like, do I want to have that pressure where every week it's like, "Do I have enough in case things go wrong?" And I was just like, I can't keep doing this. I'm getting up in, fucking 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm not coming home till 8 o'clock at night, with the cranes. And then you're back up again for 4 or 5 again. And you just repeat the process, man. And you just have no control over your life.
Yeah, I think like that's the thing as well. Like, I feel like some days it's once you like have the realization that it's like this is the rest of my life. Like, and that's what it gets scary. Like, I like from time to time, it's not too bad, but it's like 40 or 50. Like, you're 27, I'm 22. Like, we haven't even lived it's two more lifetimes away of just working and doing that same shit. And when you come to that realization that literally, if you don't change, like, I don't know, bro, like for me, like another 40 years of that shit, that is fucking terrifying. Like, maybe soft hands, but 40 years, bro. And I respect all the people who've worked that long, but that is it. Like the older blokes looking at them, it's like, fuck, respect to them. But if that's me, like, what sort of a life is that? So 100%, bro. But yes, bro, how do we know each other? What relationship do we sort of have? How have we're on two different sides of the world right now, and we're like the same person, bro, gone through the same journey. So tell the
Yeah.
people a bit about, I guess, a backstory on why you're on a call right now with me. And yeah,
So I just remember seeing this chippy from Australia come up on my Instagram one day, bro. And I just stopped and standing there with the tool bag and you're saying, "This is the last day I wear this tool bag," And I was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Wait, what?"
That video,
And
that video blew up. That video's got like almost 1 million views, bro. That's like what
yeah,
blew my like account, bro. Yeah, a lot of
yeah,
people we saw that one. Yeah,
yeah. And like, I just remember just the conviction you had, like how happy you could see the happiness in your eyes, man. You're just like, that is the last time and I was like, you know what? That's going to be me. That's going to be me.
yeah,
I want that myself. Like you said, man, you're looking at, working construction for 30 or 40 years. And I'm watching this video of this guy leave his fucking job. And then I turn around and I'm looking at, lads bent over like a
yeah,
like an
yeah,
alien walking around broken back. And,
yeah.
they're just not where they need to be. And I reached out to you, bro, and we were chatting back and forward for a while. And yeah, we just started kind of working at trying to make a plan to get
Yeah.
me out of my job,
Yeah.
And yes, there was a lot of back and forth procrastination, but
Yeah. Yeah.
when I took the action, bro, all you did was try to help me.
Yeah.
All you did is try to put me in the right direction. And look where we are now. An
Yeah.
Irishman and an Australian on a call because simply we took action. It
It's
just
ridiculous.
blows my mind, man.
Bro, the internet is just like honestly crazy that this is even what's going on right now is even
Yeah.
happening. But yeah, I know you mentioned a bit later on when you started to take action, but I know we obviously spoke about this a few times, bro. Take me back to the actual start of your journey when you came to that realization that construction was not an option in the long run for you, bro. Like I know it was a long time before you actually saw that video of me on your For You page. So take me back to, I guess, for me, bro, even, it took me 6 to 12 months before I actually took action as well. But take me back to, I guess, when you had that realization first, And yeah, we'll go from there.
So I actually remember the date. It was the 25th of February last year.
Yeah.
I decided enough's enough. I started looking around and I was like, shit, is this it? Is this the way I'm going to be for the rest of my life? Am I going to be remembered as a hard worker? Is that what I want at the end of my life? I was like, no. So I decided to reach out, bro, and I was like, what can I do? What can I do? And I was just too scared. I didn't actually know or didn't believe enough in myself to get out of my situation.
Yeah.
So then I went back to just drinking on the weekends and just
Yeah.
getting lost in the sauce. And I just thought, it's fine. I'm just going to have fun. I'm only 27 months. And, the one thing I realized, man, is time is something you can't get back. But of course, I decided to waste that time again
Yeah.
for months. And then I reached out again. And yeah, it was just like a whole different scenario. I was like, if I continue down this process of just getting up at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock in the morning, what's actually changing here? I'm just doing the same thing over and over and over again. And I kind of realized very quickly that nothing's going to change if I don't change. So I just kept having this constant battle with myself. Do I, don't I, should I, can I?
Yeah.
And, doubting myself, man. And that was the scariest time, because it's just like, it's so easy for this to take over and for it to just fuck you up.
Yeah.
So I said, no more, man, no more.
And I think for us, bro, like, and like pretty much like everyone who's going to be watching this right now, it's like, that is so hard because you're so used to average. We're not supposed to be in the position we're in right now. It doesn't make sense. So those thoughts are always going to come in. You've grown up with, you're on construction sites 5 days a week with people who have no goals, no ambitions, no drive, and have just settled for bullshit. So it's like when you're surrounding yourself with that every day and you're trying to become a version of yourself that is, a top tier earner, living a top tier life, being able to do top tier things for people they love. And you look at those sort of people, and traditionally they're like doctors, lawyers, and now, you see the gurus, I guess, online, and it is a very daunting thing, bro. But I think, obviously the longer you've been in the space, and for me, who's been in the space, it really is like so possible. Like anyone can do this shit. It literally doesn't come down to like brain power or smarts. But, I think you can testament this to me, and I can testament this to you, is it is hard work. Hard work will always beat talent. And what is the one thing construction workers know?
Hard work.
So, people who go to uni, and we know what fucking bullshit long hours, hard work is for shit pay. So imagine if we can sit behind a laptop, learn skills where we'll make 5 times more money and do it from like anywhere in the world. And that's why I think in ABC especially, I know there's a lot of, people who have worked construction jobs and physically demanding jobs. That's why it's so successful, is because you've dealt with bullshit for years. So when it comes to, as I said, learning new skills where you can do X, Y, Z, it really, the advantage you have, it's crazy, bro.
And it's even as simple of like, I remember someone saying, like the online space is weatherproof. And like, I know it's such a simple little thing, but for me, working with cranes, especially, wind is a big factor, rain is a big factor, and it's a factor for everyone,
Yeah.
But like waking up in the morning, bro, and not having to check the weather for the day, like, not having to see if it's pissing rain or what. That is just even so nice. I literally get up out of bed, set myself the path I need, hop on the laptop and just start grinding.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about what outside is like, just in my own world.
It's crazy. Like I remember like, when you're still working and you like can see it, like the light at the end of the tunnel, I'm going to be out soon. And you're like, it is, bro. I haven't even noticed what the weather is for like 6 months. But like you saying that is like, I've taken that for granted, like not having to worry about that. I know last weekend I was sitting in there on a Sunday night going, for the first time in months, like, I used to hate this time. I didn't even know it was Sunday until it's like 6 o'clock, and I like, no, work tomorrow. Like, it's all those little things that like eat at you, and then when you're out, bro, it's like it's just so stress free.
Yeah, it can be very. Sorry, go ahead, bro.
Go on.
I just resonate with what you said there earlier on as well. It's like, you're stuck in this situation if you allow yourself to stick in this situation. But working on site, you quickly realize that you try to say, if you're on a journey to try to become a better person, you'll say to people, I'm on this journey to become better. And then they start questioning it because it's so different. They're so used to that comfortability. They're like, but sure, this is a job. You have it for life. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
And that's the one thing you're always going to come across. If people don't understand where you're at, don't worry about that, bro. Just focus on you. Because as you said, if you can just see that light at the end of the tunnel and just keep looking at that tunnel saying, I know I can get out if I just keep working.
Yeah.
People won't understand, but that's okay. You just got to do it for you.
I won't, bro. And it's something I've discussed with you a lot on your journey. Is like, you have to get uncomfortable. And that, like, people not understanding that is because it is comfortable having a guaranteed income and an income coming in every week where you can budget and, you've got your rent covered, you got your food covered, you don't really have any to save, but it's comfortable. And people aren't prepared to leave their comfort zones. And that's why, people say in my comments, like, people have to build the world. Like, not everyone can do what you're doing. I'm like, not everyone will do what I'm doing because everyone's fucking pussies. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Everyone's not going to
exactly.
do what I've done because, people are way too comfortable. But anyway, you sort of discussed, when you initially reached out to me, which I actually know that date, bro, because I know that when I posted that video because it was my last day, right? So that was around the 28th of August, right? So initially,
Mhm.
you reached out to someone, you're talking to someone else about, the online space in February. Fast forward, however months that is, that's 6 months, I believe. 6 months
Mhm.
to the 28th of August, you reached out to me. And we went back and forth and I was trying to push you in the right direction. But when did you actually take action, bro? Take us through, I guess, the months after initially reaching out to me to
Yeah.
when you actually took action and what that looks like.
So again, I done the same process. So I reached out, was like, how do I get going? I know the process, but I'm scared to take action. So between that date in August to the 1st of November is actually when I took action. It was the same thing. It was like I was checking in with oh, cool, but then I just disappear. And then I go out on the weekend. I'm like, hey, cool, oh,
Yeah.
fuck. Just, kind of hide nearly,
Yeah.
But I just remember you saying, what's actually going to change, bro, if you don't really allow yourself to change in the first place? Like, what's going to change? Like, we can keep talking here, but talking isn't going to get you out of your situation.
Yeah.
Talking isn't going to get you that life you wanted. And that was a huge moment for me because I found myself constantly reflecting in work, looking around. But I remember seeing that message and I was just like, I've done the same thing since the 25th of February. Now it's August. I've done the same thing again. And then I kept doing it for months. And then I just remember reaching out to you and I was like, Coop, I'm ready, man. I'm
Yeah.
fucking ready. Because if I just keep drinking on the weekends and keep living for the weekend, nothing's going to change. And I'm still in the same position.
Yeah.
And 1st of November, bro, I remember that was the D-Day. That was the
Yeah.
day I decided, enough's a fucking enough. And I was like, Coop, get me out. Show
Yeah.
me the way. Teach me
Yeah.
what you know.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. So the 1st of November, we've gone from February to the 1st of November. You've done it. You've done it. And for a lot of people watching this, I can say for a lot of people watching this, they've gone through the same thing. They've reached out to me. They've gone away. Because something that happens a lot, bro, is like, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, my DMs will be, people will be talking to me, and the weekend rolls around, and then it's Sunday night, and then they'll pick up again because like, oh, fucking nothing's changed. So it's
Yeah.
definitely not an uncommon thing, bro. But you've taken that step. You've taken that risk. You've poured money into education that for me as well, bro. Like I went through a similar process that with the risk that it's not going to work out, with the risk, I could have been bullshitting you the whole way and taking your money and run. That's very possible thing with the online space and what some shit cunts really do, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
You took that risk and tell me from the 1st of November to the 2nd of November, those first 24 hours, but now where you are 100 days later after just taking that first step and actually getting started and doing what you said you would do for so long.
Yeah, exactly. So I just want to touch on something there because you were talking about like, taking that risk and it could be a scam. You could take my money and run, right?
Yeah.
But I just remember saying my biggest fear in life is fear of regret, fear of not what I could have been, what I should have been. And I was like, I'm sending money over to invest in myself. I don't know this guy. I'm talking to him through a screen.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I was like, is it worth the risk or is it worth if I lose the money at the end of the day, at least I tried to better myself.
Yeah.
It's nothing on me. You know what I mean? It's nothing on me. I allowed myself to try to be the best version of myself. And yes, it was uncomfortable. Yes, it put me in a situation where I didn't have a lot of savings behind me because I had invested so much because I wanted this to work. But I remember that first day, man, and getting sent across the academy and then it's logging in and it was just like, oh, it was just a relief.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
nothing against you, but it was
Yeah.
just like, this is what it is. I'm learning,
Yeah.
and from someone in school who spent more time looking at the wall or in the principal's office over actually trying to learn than to trying to learn. Like day one, day two, it was scary. I was hopping on the coaching calls. Like, I'm a confident guy,
Yeah.
but I hopped on them coaching calls, man. There's a community of like-minded individuals,
Yeah.
and I'm rattling. And I'm like, oh, everybody, shitting myself. But through the process of continually showing up and connections, building that connections and that community, man, which is something I pay for again and again and again, having that community of like-minded individuals. But just literally from the get-go, bro, I just obsessed over it. I was just like, every day I woke up, I was like, how can I make myself better? How can I push the needle forward? And by doing that, I realized I have no limitations on myself anymore. The fear and the doubt will creep in, but you get used to it. And it's part of the uncomfortable, but it's the part that fuels the flame. Like, I remember reaching out to you, bro, and I was like, for me, I used to get hyper stressed about things that were out of my control. And I remember you saying, well, man, you can kind of let that take control of you and blow you down a different path, or you can use that feeling to then get the action done, and drive forward and push forward. And that's what I've done the last 100 days. Some days you come in the door, man, you're excited to turn on the laptop. Some days you come in the door, you're working 14-hour days. Your missus hands you your dinner. You come up, sit down here, and you don't see her because she's gone to bed and you're still working away because you want to do 2 or 3 hours of work.
Yeah.
So, man, it's crazy to think where I am now. It's crazy to realize how much I've actually grown just because I showed up for myself.
Yeah.
Just because I allowed myself to believe in me when no one else did.
Yeah, 100%, bro. 100%. And, for the people, bro, 100 days later, where are you now? And, obviously, there was hard work, sleepless nights, you put the work in, but in the grand scheme of things, what is 100 days? So where are you now? What have you just achieved as of, yesterday? And how's that feeling? And, run us through, you've just sort of run through the start of the journey and getting started. Run us through the day 99, day 100, those feelings, and, what it is in the grand scheme of things, taking 100-day sacrifice out of your life to change it all.
Man, it nearly makes me emotional. Like, I'm not even going to lie. It nearly does, because all the questions, all the opinions, all the, you shouldn't do this, you should do that. I had lads in work who were 55 years of age, and they were like, how you get more followers? You just follow people and they'll follow you back. And, giving their opinions and telling me to do this, that, and the other. And it was just so hard because everybody had a fucking opinion. But then yesterday, man, it was just, I released all that. I landed a role. I have a job now. I've convinced myself over the last 99 days, this is what I deserve. And now I've got the opportunity I deserve. Yeah. You know what I mean? Which is to completely change my life, which is to show all that hard work, as you said, them sleepless nights, man, where you're up till 2, 3 in the morning. You look at the phone and you say, I'm up in 3 hours, but I still got to get this done. Because the hunger to be better, the hunger to drive forward. And yesterday, man, it was a release of all that doubt, all the challenge, all the sleepless nights, everyone questioning you who you want to be. And I broke down. I was like, this is fucking beautiful. Yeah. No one else believed in me, but I did. Yeah. And once I believe in myself, look what I fucking achieved. You're going to get people who question you. Family's going to question you. Friends are going to question you. And you're going to question yourself. But fuck me, man. 100 days later, 100 out of your whole life, 100 days. Yeah. To be in the position I'm in now. Yeah. It's fucking beautiful, bro. It's beautiful. That's the only word I can say for it.
I love it, bro. And for me, bro, like seeing how, like, just listening to that, bro, like, that's like why I do what I do, bro. Like, to see that impact, it is crazy, bro. It's crazy. And to sort of summarize, John has put in the work, implemented everything, learned the skill of sales. He's now gone from watching me take the nail bag off, being like, fuck that guy, I need to do that, to now being out of construction. The earning potential is 10, 20, 30K a month with what you've got, bro. So, I got no doubt we'll be fucking somewhere, we'll meet halfway somewhere in the world, or like, it's crazy. 100 days, bro. 100 days. All you guys watching this, sorry. 100 days. 100-day sacrifice to learn new skills, take that first step, get started, take risks, start working towards becoming the best version of yourself. 100-day sacrifice, or do nothing, stay comfortable, and deal with that bullshit for 40 years. Mm-hmm. So, John, over the last 100 days, since you've reached out to me, since 12 months ago, this time last year when you first, I guess, looked into all of this, what is your message? What is your message to the person watching this who was in your position this time last year? What's your message to people? What is your message to the person who reached out to me after procrastinating for 6 months? What is the message to the person who's just about to get started but is a bit hesitant to?
Okay. One thing I'm going to say, and this is something I live off, because I'm 27 years of age, all right? And I felt like I wasted a lot of time doing a lot of stupid shit for a lot of fucking years. And I used to beat myself up consistently every time saying, I'm a waste, I'm a waste, I'm a waste, I'm a waste. But the one thing, bro, the one thing you cannot buy is time. You cannot buy time. I can't give you 30 grand to be 22 again. I can't. It's impossible. I'm never going to be 22 again. Time is something that moves. Either you move with the time or the time moves you. You literally have a choice, bro. I understand it's scary. Genuinely, I do. But at the same time, my biggest fear in life is regretting not taking the risk, not taking the action, and not having a cool fucking story at the end of it. I'm not saying I need to make millions to make a cool story, but I feel like at the same time, bro, just allow yourself to believe. And I'm telling you, man, if you just put one foot in front of the other consistently, what can go wrong? If you just show up for yourself every day, what can go wrong? Like, genuinely, How can it fail? It's like you doing a test in school. If you don't study for the test, you're gonna fail. But if you just threw 30 minutes in a day, you'd probably pass. Me, I'd probably still fail. But like that's even another thing. Like I'm still here doing this. Like I'm not the smartest person in the world, bro. You know, I barely could move off from crayons when I left school. But like here I am, bro, as a testament to myself that the only reason I didn't do well is because I didn't show up for myself. That I didn't take that action. And where the fuck would I be if I took action back in the 25th of February or even August with you, man? Where would I be? And it's scary. But on the other side of scary is where you want to be. And I promise you, it's scary. But at the same time, you will never feel anything like this. There's no drug, there's no sex, there's no nothing that will put this feeling for you, bro. And I mean that. I mean that. Because it's within. It's a feeling within.
Yeah. 100%, bro. And yeah, there's two things, you know, from what you said before we wrap it up that I did want to cover. And yes, you sort of did touch on it. Like, you know, look at us, look at me and you. Look at, you know, for you guys watching this, look at us, bro. Like, we are no different to you. You know, you are capable of this shit. We are living proof. We're a living testament, but also something I talk about a lot. And you mentioned, you know, I couldn't give you 30 grand to go back to being 22. And it's something called the cost of inaction. And I speak about it a lot because it is so true. But when you're in, like you guys watching this, John, you can see it now, how much you costed yourself by not taking action, costed yourself time. But for the people watching this, when you're not taking action, you don't actually see what you're costing yourself. Me, for example, I put it off for 6 months. Like, what I'm getting at is, say John started in February, like, look what he's done in 100 days since he took action. Where could he be in 12 months' time? You know, his missus is still, I know your missus is a big, you know, big motivator for you. And, you know, 100 days later, you know, you're well on your way to being able to travel and do all these things for her, but you've costed yourself a year of doing that already. So for you guys watching this, by simply doing nothing, whatever it is in life, whatever it is, whether it's getting in shape, starting to eat right, or potentially getting training and taking a leap into the online space and investing into yourself and your skill sets and your life to improve it, by simply doing nothing, you are costing yourself valuable time, potentially money, your dream life, your parents going through struggles at work, and you know the day-to-day bullshit. If your mum comes home in a shit mood because you know her boss, her dickhead boss that you probably want to punch on with, that's your fault for not taking action because it could be completely different. And that might sound brutally honest, but people have to realize how much they actually are costing themselves by simply doing. It's costing you so much more than any amount of money to potentially change your life. You're costing yourself time, and that's something you can never buy back. So that's something I'm very passionate about, and it is so true. And for me as well, it pisses me off because I put it off for so long. But for you guys watching this, you know, it's a crazy story, John, and it's a testament. Like it's never too late. Just because you didn't take action 6 months ago, 12 months ago, 3 weeks ago, you can still take action. Just don't be that person who's on a job site when you're 50, dying, wondering, what if I did take action? You know, not the end of the day, you can still do it. We all make mistakes. We all, you know, I put it off, John put it off, but you know, there's still hope. Look where we are.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty much it.
I started from this. This is where I started. I just sat here. Look, that little 40 euro table has given me a chance of changing my life. And that's what I want to say. I don't live in a nice house at the moment, but I've put myself in a position to move out of this house. I've put myself in a position to know I can get what I want. Like it's not easy, but it's definitely easier than working on a job site for the next 30 or 40 years. And look, bro, if people want to do that, cool. If you want to call me soft hands, cool. At the end of the day, I know it puts a smile on my face. So just do whatever it is that puts a smile on your face.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, we'll cut it off there. If you got any questions, message me on Instagram. I'll link it down below. If you do want to book a call with the academy that John went through to get to the positions we are, you want to go through not just a financial business transformation, but a true life transformation, and you're ready to take that step, you're ready to stop costing yourself time, I'll leave a link to book a call down below, only if you're serious. But appreciate it, guys. We'll see you in the next one, and peace.
Get after it.